Hi, and welcome back to Bean Talk. Today we have a very, very special guest, a good friend, Felix Teiretzbacher. Thank you for being on the show, Felix.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
And most of you probably already know, but Felix won the World Roasting Championship in Milano. So, big congrats.
Thanks.
And so, so I'd just like to maybe talk with you a little bit about your roastery and then about the world of coffee as a whole and the championship, of course. And so, maybe let's start off with the beginning. How did you start roasting? How does one start roasting?
Well, I was just, I found actually just green beans in the supermarket.
Okay.
In our small city. Funny, it was 1 kilo. And even if I was not a roaster yet, I could see that it was not the best quality maybe. But give it a chance and roast it at home in the popcorn machine. I think this is a very common start for lots of roasters.
Okay.
It smelled great and the whole kitchen was smelling and the knacking from the first crack. It was an amazing feeling. Yeah. Taste was horrible, so I had to search for more green beans. I really wanted to do more on it. That was the very first start.
Okay, interesting. So, how did you go from there? So you just tried and then thought, well, let's just give it a chance and start roasting?
I was already running a coffee shop in Stein. It was called the Cimbalino, you maybe know it. And so I had a very common, a very well-known brand, an Italian brand in the coffee shop. And I was just looking at the beans and said, okay, I want to roast like this. So, because this was my taste back then. So I went for new green beans online somewhere and small web shops you could back then buy green beans. And then I bought a small home roaster. Okay. It was a Gene coffee roaster, so maybe you know. And so I roasted all the coffee I wanted to drink at home and for my family with this home roaster in the kitchen. Yeah. And but I was, the idea was created to build their own roastery. And 3 years after doing the coffee shop, I started the roastery. Wow. So 3 years roasting at home. Yeah. And
getting some practice. Yeah. Incredible. And the roastery, so where we're at right now, is located in St. Pölten. Yeah. The capital of Lower Austria. For people that don't know it.
I'm here in the newer place. Okay. We went in there 6 years ago. Okay. And we were first roasting in a small cafe in St. Pölten in the city, directly in the back room. And it was about 15 square meters. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But after 4 years, it was just too small for us. Yeah. And of course, the coffee shop was growing, and the people were literally sitting directly next to the roasting machine, so it was kind of stressing for us all.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. And so, how did you start with specialty coffee? I mean, there's a lot of coffee, but why did you decide to roast specialty coffee?
Yeah, it was just by taste. I tasted a brilliant filter coffee on an exhibition, and it was Kenyan, I think, and I really tried it. So I bought a bag of Kenyan coffee, some quality. I didn't know. It was, of course, specialty coffee, but I was not so into it. Yeah. And I tried to roast it, and it tastes bad. So I did a second try, and it tastes kind of better. So I bought some coffees from different roasteries I heard of, and they're famous. Yeah. So tried their coffees and saw the beans and okay, maybe I have to change my roasting style a bit, or way bit more than I thought. Yeah. Yeah, and I tried it, and after half a bag, I was kind of happy with the result. Yeah. Yeah. It was not that roasting profiles I do now, but it was good then. Yeah. Okay.
And how would you describe your style of roasting or roast profiles?
Yeah, it's of course a lighter roast all the time. Even the espresso are getting lighter all the time. There are few standard espresso roasts. They are kind of in a range that I stopped at going lighter because it's more common to drink well-balanced coffees. And for the filter, I'm really light. And I trying to get the best out of the beans.
Yeah. And now, I mean, you've been roasting for 10 years now, right? So, do you think, at least in Austria, have the people changed in the way they consume coffee, or the kind of coffee they consume?
Yes, you can see it even by myself.
Yeah.
If I go back to 10 years,
yeah,
and try coffee I roast now, I would spit it out and say, well, it's way more acidic I like.
Yeah.
So this is what had changed, and I can see it. We are running a small stand on the farmers market in St. Pölten, and we see the development of people enjoying fruity coffees and modern roast styles. So this is kind of lots of work to do, because it's not that easy. If you come from like maybe Italian roasting style espresso, and you get a filter coffee light roast, you will first one step back and, well, what's that? But I love the discussions with the people and give it a try, give it another try.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, you have more acidity, but is there maybe less bitterness? And have a look at this. It tastes different. So yeah,
it's quite interesting.
This is really great if the people come back to you a few weeks later and say, okay, now I got it. I really enjoy it. So, yeah, it's the biggest success.
It's awesome.
Except winning the worlds.
Yeah, that's a great way to start with that. So you won the World Roasting Championship. For people that don't know it or haven't watched it yet, how would you describe it? What do you have to do at the championship?
Yeah, it takes place somewhere in the world. You know it. This time it was in Milan. You get on the first day you get an orientation meeting. You get the information about the coffees. There is one coffee provided for single origin roasting, and 3 coffees for blend roasting. So these are the 2 coffees you have to roast. And you get one chance to roast them, to sample roast them on a provided machine. And you have 1 hour time for tasting the coffees you roasted, so you can get the flavors and you can build your idea of how you're going to roast the coffee or how you're going to build the blend. So this is 1 hour for sample roasting, 1 hour for tasting, and then you should have tasted everything and have an idea how you're going to roast the coffees. Yeah. And there's the rule: you have to use at least 10% of each coffee provided in the blend. Yeah. So you can't say, okay, this is not a good coffee, I leave it. No, you have to use everything. And this is kind of the challenge. You are under pressure, you have a situation you are not used to, different location, different atmospheric situation, and coffees you never tasted maybe before, or for sure not. And you have to make a roast plan before, so you write down there, I will put it in at this degrees and take it out with this degrees. It will have the color reading measurement like this, it will taste like this, it will have the balance, it has sweetness, and then body and acidity. You have to give points and really describe your coffee. Yeah. So next day there's the roasting competition. You have 90 minutes time for both, so it's 30 minutes for roasting a single origin, and 60 minutes for the blend. Wow. So this is very short what it is. Actually, there is another thing. There is green grading. Normally, it is on the nationals. You have to show your skills in the laboratory. So you have to see sort out green beans in a short time. It was done on the nationals, but they changed it and kicked it out from the worlds for now because of time issues. Because this time the worlds would have been placed in Poland. So they changed it a few weeks ago and a few months ago actually, and put it to Milan. So there was some time issues. And so everybody somehow happy. I was really sad about it because I really like the green grading and I trained it a lot in the last year. So
and you're also a Q grader, right? So
freshly renewed.
There you go.
So
that's kind of your turf then.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoy it. Actually, it's kind of sorting beans out. It's it's nice. So and if you go back to the worlds, I could spot some defects on green grading, because you have the possibility to have 1 hour time lab practice.
Okay.
Even if we didn't have to do it because there was no green grading, but you have the possibility to see all the laboratory equipment. So I just try to grade in advance to see every second that you can have with the coffee you should use. So this was,
okay,
nice.
Interesting. So, and then of course you got to try a coffee and cup it. So there's an anonymous cupping, right? So
yeah, it's all blind cupping.
Yeah.
So there is one competitor cupping on the very last day. So their decisions are made. The judges are already cupped all the coffees, and then the coffees are brewed for every competitor. So it's a big table. In this case, it was 21 coffees.
Oh wow!
So 21 nations were competing. So you can imagine that this is maybe one of the biggest fun parts, because it's not often that you have the time in your roastery to taste one and the same coffee, 21 different roasts.
Yeah.
So this is kind of amazing. And this is where you go and try to find your own roast and to see, okay, this is definitely not my roast, this would be definitely not my roast. So find it somewhere and make your notes. And for the blend too.
And did you manage to find it?
I found one that was amazing. I noted, wow, to be honest, really. But I thought it was Simos.
Yeah.
So the Norwegian competitor.
Yeah.
So I would never have thought that this is my product, just because it was really.
Yeah.
You kind of try to be
humble.
Yeah. So but actually it was mine. So it turns out it was good.
It's great.
Yeah,
the wow coffee.
The wow coffee. The blend, I really nailed the blend totally on the roast blend. I was super happy.
Cool.
It was great. I scored really, really high. Lots of 8, that's not very common. But I was not so happy with the single origin. Okay. So I did 2 roasts for it, and the first one was just kind of safe roast. I did it, and you have one practice roast the day before to see the big machine. So, but you get dummy coffee for it. You have no idea what the coffee is. You get no informations, and we were not allowed. They changed the rules for that. You're not allowed to cup it. So even if you change setting to see what's the machine working now, you can't
don't even
taste
know.
it.
Yeah.
So it's just by looking if you can match your goals somehow.
Yeah.
So next day, first single origin roasting, and I messed up the first curve and did a second curve. It looked better, but I went for the first curve because there was way more development and the coffee was better.
Yeah.
So but it was not the best single origin. So I really won because I had a great tasting blend.
Yeah, but it all worked out.
It all worked out finally. You how can I explain? You really have to see what the coffees have potential and try to get the best balance of the coffees.
Amazing. And so, I mean, this was the second time for you competing at the World Championships, winning the Austrian Championships 2 times, so we have 1 trophy here, and then there's a sign in the back. How does one prepare for this kind of competition?
I really just roasted lots of times, lots of batches. For the first roasting competition in Austria, it was just go there, have fun, and see what it is, because nobody of us roasters had an idea what it's like to be in a roasting competition. Luckily I won. The second time I really prepared for it. I did lots of green grading. I had the experience from Taipei. I went to Taipei to be not last position, and it worked out. I was 20 from 23, so it was not that good, but it was not that bad. And actually, I was in a range of good roasters. And so I thought to myself, next time I'm gonna really show what I really can, because first time in the world, it's kind of you have to learn. And so I did a lot of training on the Gießen machine, and lots of green grading, lots of cuppings, and especially in the last half a year. So it worked
amazing.
out.
Definitely worked out for you. And so, has your life or your work as a roaster changed since winning? I mean, still just a few weeks in, but still.
it got quite more busy now.
Yeah.
So we kind of running out of coffees and still waiting for new harvests.
Yeah.
So coffees are delayed, but we're gonna have a bunch of new coffees in the next weeks. So I'm happy for that because I really sourced a lot. We tried lots of new samples, new coffees, new really rare coffees and high-end geishas and so on and so on. So really nice stuff is coming there.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully on the Vienna Coffee Festival in a few weeks I can have everything on the table.
Yeah, perfect. It's also your reminder to come to the Vienna Coffee Festival if you want to meet Felix, of course.
Yeah.
And so you also have a new online shop, right?
Yes, we're changing it now. We have to do the webpage now in English too, and because we have lots of questionings from Asia, from all over Europe. So yeah, it's kind of challenging for us now to have support to every country in the world, and sometimes it's not possible because of some issues of transport issues or something else. But we try our best and try to answer as quickly as possible every single question, but it's kind of
perfect. So we will put the link of the online shop down in the description if you want to order some coffee from Felix. And
be patient.
Not
for the ordering, but for the new coffees.
And we're also drinking some amazing coffee right now. What are we having here?
Oh, this is a secret.
It's a secret.
It's a great secret. You will see it in 2 weeks.
Okay. So in 2 weeks, we'll know.
Do you like it?
Very good.
Thanks.
Nicely balanced. Love it.
Yeah, it's super sweetness.
Yeah. So I have one last question, which is an interesting topic many people talk about right now, and we try to incorporate in our show as well. It's coffee pricing, which is, coffee prices have gone up on the stock market, but we still see that farmers don't get paid enough. So I just wanted to, you as the world roasting champion, of course, I'd like to ask you about your opinion on the coffee pricing.
Yeah, coffee pricing is a big thing, maybe more in the commercial market. And you have to split this. You see there is the specialty market, and it's I don't know exactly how much it is on percentage on the world production, but it's still a smaller one. And you have the big commercial market. And so it's not that easy to compare those both markets, because of course if you have a very cool, nice located farm with great coffees, it's very interesting to have direct support or get better prices for the coffees. If you're a very, very small farmer that just is able to harvest by hand or bring the coffees to the next washing station, and he's not able to choose, okay, bring it to them, they pay more. So it just needs to be done and to be sold. So therefore there should be some kind of thing to raise up the coffees. But what we have to do is actually to tell the stories to the people, why coffees are getting more expensive, or why even normal supermarket coffees are getting more expensive, and what stays in the countries. So this is kind of maybe too big story for today, but very important to see what's behind all this work till the coffee comes to the roastery and it's roasted.
Okay. Thank you very much for your insight.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Is there anything you would like to add?
Oh no. No, I think if you have any questions, come back to us. We see it on the Vienna Coffee Festival. So looking forward to that.
So also if you have questions for Felix, drop by there.
We'll have a stand there too. So in the village.
So you can try the mystery coffee maybe?
Oh yes. I would call it mystery coffee, that everyone knows what it is.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Felix. We'll see you in the next video again, where you kind of explain a little bit about what the daily job of a roaster is. and differences in roasting profiles, etc.
Okay, let's go to future, Felix.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's it for today, Felix. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah, so that's it. Drink loads of good coffee and see you next time. Bye. If you like our videos and want to learn more about coffee, please support us by hitting the like button and the subscribe button, of course. And also maybe if you have some ideas for future videos or topics that we could talk about, just put it down in the comments and let us know. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time.